Computer. Okay, welcome. Nadine, Auray of Chateau Terre Forte. Thank you so much for joining me. It's so nice to see you always.
Thank you.
So this is a Bon Vivant virtual visit with Chateau Terre Forte, a new estate for us as we've expanded into importing wines from France. And I met Nadine and Pierre. When was this? Last spring. Last spring at the Vallée du Rhone, the Découvert the fair in the Rhone Valley, and I absolutely fell in love with the wines. I fell in love with Nadine and Pierre. They're amazing people. And I am so honored to bring these into the country. And thank you for taking the time so that we can kind of talk to our customers about your wine, your philosophy, everything. So it should be nice. So first, first let's talk about where you're located, because I think it's a very special place in the Southern Rhone Valley. I'm going to share my screen and show a couple maps. And Nadine, if you can kind of talk about where in the Rhone, in the Southern Rhone, you're located.
So we are located on the right side of the Rhone River near Tavel. As you see on the map, it's called Signargues. It is where we are located. We are just 10 kilometers far from Avignon, but on the right side of the Rhone River. And we are 10 kilometers far from Le Pont du Gard. Just in front of Châteauneuf, actually, but on the right side.
Yeah, because Châteauneuf is right there. Lirac, Tavel, Avignon. It's a stunning area, and very special on the soils as well as kind of disposition.
Just because of the Rhone River was here. It's an ancient. How do you say in English? I don't know the word.
Like actually. A riverbed.
Yeah, and that's why the soil comes from the Rhone River, and we have special brown pebbles, just like in Châteauneuf.
Just like in Châteauneuf. Now, and here was a picture of Pierre. It's harvest time over there already. It's an early harvest, and Pierre is hard at work in the cellar. Otherwise, he'd be joining us. So this is the wonderful Pierre Jouffret.
Always talking with his hands, as you can see in the photo.
So you captured it perfectly. So this is looking down on Chateau Terre Forte. This is your house. This is the cellar right here.
Yeah, and as you can notice, we are located in the middle of nowhere.
Yes. And are all these vineyards? These are all vines of the estate?
Yep.
Yeah. Great.
These are young wines, young vineyards in front of the chateau.
So there's the property. This is kind of walking close up. This was such a beautiful, humble, wonderful place. I really enjoyed being there. So Nadine, tell me about how you and Pierre began and how this all came to be. How did Chateau Terre Forte start? What is the history?
So Pierre's mother's called Yvonne was born in Rochefort-du-Gard, so in the little town. And when she was a kid, she used to come with her father right here, where there was only vineyards and nothing. And she used to come with her father just for lunchtime or barbecue and thing. And she was always in love with this special area. Really? And when Pierre decided to become a winemaker in 1999, he wanted to build the chateau and the house, especially here. And he asked me to find the name of the chateau. Okay. And I was very, how do you say, moved?
Yeah, moved. That's perfect. Mm-hmm.
I was especially moved by Yvonne's feeling concerning the place and the story with the father. And the links were so strong with this piece of earth that I call it Chateau Terre Forte, means strong earth.
Strong earth. Beautiful. That's beautiful. And Yvonne, I mean, Pierre's parents have an estate as well, right next door. Is that...
Yeah, 200 meters far from here. Pierre's grandfather, on the side of his father, they also have another domain there.
Ah, his grandfather. Okay, yes. Yeah. Great. So winemaking was in his family history for sure.
Since 1856, because he made, you know, a tree of all the, and the first he found, it was in 1856. It was here at that place, and his name was Vincent. And you know who is Saint Vincent? It is the patron of all the winemakers. We celebrate Vincent as the master of all the winemakers.
Of all the winemakers. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah. And what about you? Because now you help make the wines, you do everything. Is wine new for your family, or do you come from winemakers?
I originally come from a place between Beaujolais and Burgundy, so it's also in my vein.
In your blood,
because
yeah.
my parents were winemakers too. I have 3 sisters and 3 brothers, and they all work in the wine business.
Wow.
Some are winemakers, some are sellers, we all wine. So it was not a mystery, or that Pierre and I should meet and together.
That's great. So, you know, in this Signargues area of the Southern Rhone, it's very special because the soils are very unique. What is the altitude where you're at?
It's between 150 meters to 200.
Okay.
So it's quite high. You know, it's quite high because the sea is not very far from where we live, you know.
Right,
but it's quite high.
Yeah, it is.
So it's not sloped very high, and that's good for the vines.
And what about the climate there? What is it like throughout the year?
Typically a Mediterranean climate. It's hot summer, very windy, few rains, less and less, especially due to global warming, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But just like in Italy, you know, northern part of Italy, very, very Mediterranean.
Mediterranean,
part of it.
Yeah, and this year in particular was very warm. Yes.
It is still, you know, now as I'm talking to you, it's 34 outside.
And it's in the evening now. Yeah, so it's the hot part of the day. So.
Yeah, but honestly, and lucky we are, because during nights we have very cool
nights.
Yeah, we have cool nights. That's good for the vineyards, because we don't suffer from very, very heat, you know, very heat time. And there's a difference between the day and the night. So that's important for the plant, for the grapes, to be calm during the night.
Gotcha. Understand. Okay. So let's also look at and talk about the soil, because, you know, Chateau Terre is so famous because it has these big round stones. So just like that, but you also have these stones in Signargues area.
That's it, exactly.
This is your vineyard.
This is the type of soil we have, yeah.
Wow, it's really, really special. Here's
it's
kind
very painful for the fruit and the heaps when you harvest, but it's very good for the vineyards.
Because it retains the warmth from the sun during the day?
Exactly. It has a climatic part to play during the ripeness of the grapes.
Gotcha. Yeah, or in the ripeness. Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, ripeness.
No, that's okay. And you sent me this little diagram. It's a little fuzzy, but I blew it up. Can you kind of explain what this is? There's Rochefort-de-Gard, which is where you're at.
As you can see on this, you have the altitude on the left side.
Okay.
And this is actually a cut of the soil that you could find in Signargues. And Rochefort-de-Gard is located on this, you know, the red one. So it's from the Cretaceous time. It means it's very, very ancient. It has thousands and thousands of years, and it's on slopes. And then you have the plain. You have all the plain just next to it, and that's younger soil. But this one is the same that you have in Chateau Terre, for instance, the one you have in Rochefort-de-Gard. That's explaining why we have this table and why we have this kind of powerful wines in Rochefort-de-Gard.
Cool. Yeah. So and really, grape-wise, are you working with Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, Cinsault?
Carignan, that's it, exactly. We have the same grapes that we have special law that we have to follow concerning making wines, and we have grapes that we must use, and some we are not allowed to. We have only allowed grapes, so Grenache, Mourvèdre, Syrah, Carignan, Cinsault, and so on.
Okay, great.
Concerning grapes, of course.
So now tell me, because something I love about Chateau Terre Forte and you and Pierre is your absolute passion about your property and your passion about your farming, and your entire philosophy to me is beautiful. Can you tell me about how you look at the land and how you farm and how you work and what it becomes when you make wine?
If you have 1 or 2 hours, it would be cool that we could talk about this together. But to do it shortly, I think that you and I, Pierre and I, are just allowed on this earth to spend mostly between 50 and 80 years. Mm-hmm. And we are lucky enough to live in a country and on a planet that is so beautiful, that for years and years and years, since I was a kid, actually, I fell in love with all the nature, the animals and things. And I think that if you want that earth give you the best, you have to give earth the best intention, the best potential, the best everything. And that's why concerning our practice, we are organic, certified and biodynamic. I mean, we consider that the whole thing, the ecosystem, everyone as a part of it. Yeah. Insects must be there, human are there, animals, wild or not, are allowed to come in our place. So that's why we have deers, we have white rabbits, we have white pigs, we have llamas, 3 llamas.
You're 3 llamas.
We have, yeah. We have dogs, we have cats, we have birds, goose, chicken, and so on. And we have bats during the night. And all these animals have their place and their role to play in this earth to make the vineyards feel better. Because if you have woods, because we have also forests and woods, they have a role to play in this ecosystem. That's why we respect all the things, and we don't want to cut trees, we don't want to kill animals, or things like that. It may be very, how do you say in English, idiot, stupid, or
idiotic.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But for me and for Pierre, it's really something that helps us to
cool
and motive and motivate us to do wine and to make wines correctly and the best way. That's why we use this practice, and of course other practice in the cellar that respect what Mother Nature give us, in order that people who drink our wines feel the earth and what she could give us. That's why every year the wine could be different, because every year you're different, every day you're different. Yeah. Just like earth, just like plants, just like animals. And I, more specifically, I want that people, when they drink my wine, I don't want them to be ill. I just want them to be safe and have something very natural, because there's nothing in it except grapes, indigenous use, and that's it.
And that's it. Do you, so in the winemaking, do you use a little bit of sulfur in the wines, or?
In some cuvee, we use only concerning the bottling. We put 1 gram for 100 liters.
Wow, so tiny amounts.
Yeah. And on some, for instance, concerning my cuvee, the one I was talking to you.
Yeah.
Like 0.
And
it worked
completely.
And it's still good.
It's amazing. Yeah, your wines. What I like you know, in the world of natural wine, because it's becoming very popular and a lot of people make them, but I taste so many natural wines that don't have a sense of place. They don't tell me the story of the land that they come from, and then also they they can be flawed, or they can be kind of not okay. And I love your wines because they are, one, they tell me a story of your land and from the Rhone and this amazing area, but also they're clean. They're you don't have to excuse, oh, it's just natural, so it's not okay. They taste fresh.
And I consider that we have to make wines that are what I say alive. I mean vivant, what we call vivant. That's why the name of your company. When I first heard it, it's like, that's it. Because when a wine is alive, it means, for instance, when you wake up in the morning, you don't run a marathon. You cannot, because you have to prepare all your muscles and all your things. Yeah. And in the life of a wine, and especially when you drink it, when the wine is not ready to be drunk, it wouldn't be ready to be drunk. That's why you have to wait for it. And when it's ready, it will give you the best. That's absolutely. Just as human beings.
Yeah, it's true. And that's why I'm so excited to introduce the second wine that we now import from you, because it's a 2012. It's a 2012. We just landed a 2012 that I'm so very, very excited about. So let's taste some wine together. So far we only work with two wines from Chateau Terre Forte, and they make beautiful cuvées, a wonderful range, and we expect to kind of continue to grow bit by bit. The world is so strange right now, as you all know, that we're being cautious and making sure that everything has its place at the right time. But right now we work with these two wines, the Rouge and Origine. And very excited to get these in your hands. If you want to taste, please let me know. Current vintages, the Rouge, we have some 2018, and we just landed some 2019. And then the Origine is 2012. So let's start with the Rouge, yes? That makes the most sense. So this, and talk about fun packaging too. I absolutely love this label. It's so catchy, fresh.
I find it fun, but at the beginning it was the story. Well, Pierre and I, you know, we love each other for 30 years now, but we are also a couple that is very alive, you know. We are two strong characters, so we always talk together, sometimes with the hands, sometimes with a strong voice. And when it started this cuvée, you know, it's a very easy to drink wine, you know, with friends, very fruity, and so on. And he always added the label. And at that moment, you know, the cellar, I was in the bathroom because I am a member of the town council of the little town where I live. And he asked me for month and month to create the label. And I actually had no time to do it. You know, the girls, because we have two daughters, the girls, well, they're little, so I have to take the girls, keep the girls, just like every woman, you know, you have 3 or 4 lives in a day.
Yeah, sure.
And at that moment, I was not ready to make the label. And it just came in the bathroom when I was trying to look like a girl, you know, going to the town council. And I was just put some makeup on my face to hide, you know, the tiredness of the day. And he say, I didn't have my label for my Rouge. I say, darling, I have no time, I have to go. And he say, you won't get out if I have no label. I say, what? Are you kidding me? You want your label? You're gonna get it. So I was with my lipstick, just took a piece of paper, you know, just like kids, they always make drawings and let the drawings everywhere.
Yeah.
Wrote Rouge because he wanted a label for his Rouge, because Rouge means red. He said, je veux une étiquette pour mon Rouge. I want a label for my red. So I just wrote Rouge
in lipstick.
Brush my lipstick. I say, this is your label. And he took it to the printer. And that was the label. He never paid back a new lipstick, by the way.
Oh, that jerk. That's an amazing story. I didn't know that at all. I love it. This wine is so vibrant and alive from beginning to end. And this is 60%, 20%, 20%. Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre?
That's it, exactly.
Cool. The nose is wild and beautiful. It has like everything from eucalyptus to like clove to kind of brambly, thorny blackberry. It's and so fresh, so really, really vibrant in the nose. I love it. Oh. So, and this is 2018. Maybe you can tell me the difference between 2018 and 2019.
2019, we had less quantity of wines, first of all. The 40%. Oh, you spit? Sorry, I drank it.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's time, here.
No,
we have less. We have less quantity in 2019. The weather was in 2018. The weather was particularly sunny, better than in 19.
Okay.
The grapes were cool, no illness, so it was easy. It was easy. Oh, you must know the other story. You know the name of the vat where we produced this special cuvée.
Uh-huh.
I had to tell you the truth because I didn't tell you the last time you came.
Okay.
Actually, this special vat is squared. That's the term. When it's the shape square. Yeah. And square translated in French is carré. It means carré, okay? And once the fermentation goes on, Pierre once came to me and said, hey, listen, the vat is singing. I say, just like Maria Carré, just like Maria Carré. Carré play on word. Yeah. So the name of the vat is Maria Carré.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's beautiful because it was singing.
Yeah.
Because
when it starts bubbling during fermentation, we used to say that vats are singing.
That's thing. That's great. And this is co-fermented together. All three grapes are in the same vat?
Yep.
Okay. And only in concrete. And
this one is made in it is pressed in it is made in how do you say, stainless steel.
Stainless steel. Okay.
Stainless steel.
Cool. Wow. So it's
for the press.
For the press in stainless steel. And then how long does it rest before you bottle?
Well, it depends. It depends on the moon calendar, first of all.
Sure.
Because we have to check the day that is perfect to bottle the wine.
Right.
And concerning 2018, we produced the wine in September and we bottled it I think it was in March. It was in March. Most of the time it's in March.
Okay. Cool. It's so alive. It's so fragrant. It's so beautiful. It's fresh acidity, very, very bright. For when people think of Côte de Rhone, kind of that GSM style of wine. This is not that. This is an expression of terroir, an expression of your winemaking. It is very bright, very fresh. It has a wonderful kind of natural tone of fruit and vibrance to it that I think I don't usually find in regular Côte de Rhone. I think it's why I was so drawn to this wine when I tasted it for the first time. It took me to another place, and I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful, it's so good. So let's now talk about the Origine. Again, fantastic packaging. Absolutely beautiful. Was this another lipstick writing or no?
No, it has nothing to do with it. That's why, because Origine, I found the name interesting because it's really the origin of a Côte de Rhone, what it should be. I mean, Grenache, Syrah, Carignan, 60-20-20.
Okay.
Why 2012? Because Pierre and I, just like when you have children, you raise your children. I think that when you are a winemaker, you have to raise your wine.
Sure.
I mean, you don't send it to the part of the world if they're not ready. Right. That's why we keep our wines till the moment we think they are at the top of their well-being. I mean, we want people to enjoy the wine. We don't want them to drink, something that is too young or too old, or that has nothing to do with the terroir, that has nothing to do with the appellation. We want something alive, but something ready to discover something.
Cool.
New fragrance, new flavors, and I could say a terroir. That's it.
And this is the essence of that. This is so aromatic. It's so beautiful. This is the first time I've had this stateside. We just landed this, and I mean, it has flowers, and it has fruit, and it has wild forest shrubs and plants.
And here we also have the garlic scent and fragrance.
Yeah, the herbs, the wild.
And, yeah.
So pretty. So tell me about, this was made in 2012. Co-fermented together as well?
No.
Okay.
We separate.
Separate in different concrete, stainless steel, wood?
Concrete. Always in concrete.
And did it stay in concrete separately for a long time, or
just during the
fermentation?
Just for the fermentation. Then we press the grapes, and then we put the juice together, and then we store it. Yeah, and then we put it in the concrete, and we let the wine in concrete, in big concrete vat. Why? Because we have movement on Earth called convection cycles, and bigger is the vat, lower on the convection.
The convection, okay.
Yeah, that means that the conservation will be easier and better. That's why when you store the wine in a bottle of glass, the convection is quicker. That's make the wine getting older faster.
Okay, I see.
That's why when we let it in the big vats, we bottle it time after time. It means the wine is still fresh and young.
Oh, okay. So how long was this in concrete vats, in big concrete?
But it's still. Yeah, we just bottle. We bottle at the moment when our customers ask us some wines, and we decide with the moon calendar, and we say, so it's going to be ready within 3 weeks or within 1 week. It depends on the moon calendar.
That's amazing. So this wine has been sitting in concrete until you bottled it for us here in the States. Amazing.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So it was bottled, I don't know if you wet. The one I'm drinking, it was bottled the 1st of July 19.
July of 19.
This one.
Oh, that one. And this one, where would I see?
You have a number with the L, and you have numbers. L something. Do you see it? L something?
I don't have an L. Oh, there I do. Yes. L 220220.
So it was the 22nd of February.
22nd of February. This year, 2020. 8 years. 8 years? No, 7 years in concrete. That's amazing. Yep. That's incredible. And
8 years in concrete. We're in 2020.
And that's true. Yeah, you're right, because it was the full.
Yeah.
Wow. And on the palate, it is so telling of these grapes. So, and this has Carignan, not Mourvedre.
Yeah, it is Carignan. That's it. True.
It's so deep, but still so fresh. Very vibrant and alive on the palate, and intense on the nose, but wild, that garrigue herb. Dark brambly fruit. It's just stunning. This is so cool. Talk about value. I think for what you've put into this bottle and the amount of time that you've given it to still show itself as best as it possibly can, the values is amazing. It's amazing. It's really
Try it with a côte de bœuf. How do you say côte de bœuf in English?
beef.
You know, the big one.
Like a roast beef.
Yeah. What? No.
Like a prime
Bones.
rib, like
bones. With bones and the pig.
Oh, the pig.
Try it with this, yeah, with rosemary and thyme on it. Just with big salt, it would be perfect.
I'm actually having, I have a big fat pork on the bone.
Oh,
that I'm grilling tonight. And so I have this open. This will be perfect. I'm so excited. Nadine, it's so lovely to chat with you and to catch up and to talk about the winery. I really appreciate it. I so love your wines, and please give my best to Pierre, because what you two are doing is magical in my mind, and I think it's wonderful. And please, if you're watching this video, reach out to me, taste these wines. One, the shelf presence, the packaging is wonderful for retail environment, but the prices are incredible for what is in this wine. And I mean, and you hear the story, it's beautiful. So Nadine, thank you so much. And
merci.
yeah, and we will talk. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
See you.